dear students, welcome to Akshat International School online classes. This is the lecture of physics for class 9th. Let's recap what we had studied in the month of April. In the month of April, I had started with the 0th chapter, which is, I called it as the basic fundamentals of physics, which is very important to know. That is, what is physics? Then physical quantities, types of physical quantities, that is scalar quantities, vector quantities, that we had studied. Okay, SI units, again, which are very important. Then we had studied and we had started the chapter number 1, that is motion, a very important chapter. Now in this chapter motion, we had studied few definitions, terminologies, we had done some numericals. We had studied when an object is said to be at rest, when an object is said to be in motion. We had studied about two important physical quantities, distance and displacement, very important physical quantities. We had also discussed the difference between distance and displacement. Then we had studied about speed and velocity. Again, the difference between speed and velocity, that is again very important. Then average speed, average velocity. We had discussed few numericals based on average speed and average velocity. There are very important numericals. After that, we had studied about acceleration. I hope you remember that. Okay, I had taken example for that also, that in your right hand you have the accelerator. What is the use of accelerator, or what is the function of accelerator? It changes the speed, and that is the definition of acceleration, the change in speed or change in velocity with respect to time. That is acceleration. Fine. So this is all. In fact, we had done few numericals also based on acceleration. I hope you remember the formula. That is A equals to V minus U upon T. A very important formula. Studied the SI unit also. Remember? Good. Now this is the another lecture of physics for class 9th, as I said. And in this lecture we are going to study the another very important topic of physics, that is graphs. Okay, I hope you remember, or I hope you know what are graphs. Graphs are basically the geometric representation of the datas. Fine, in maths you had studied the graphs in very early classes. Okay, I think in 5th or in 6th class you had studied about the pictographs, in which the pictures are used to represent the data. Then in few more further classes you had studied about the bar graphs, in which the rectangular bars are there to represent the data. Then pie graphs are there, worm graphs are there. In fact, in this 9th class you're going to study about the histograms, okay, and frequency polygon. I mean, that is the part of maths. Okay, in physics also we use these graphs to represent the motion. Okay, not only motion, but there are many physical quantities which in further classes you're going to study. But here in 9th class, motion, that is the graphical representation of motion. Now what we are going to see in this one, we'll see the state of the object with the help of a graph. Okay, in fact we'll see whether if the object is in motion, the object is in motion, so that motion is uniform motion or a non-uniform motion. With the help of graph we can see that. We don't need any data for that. I mean, data in this is to draw the graph, yes, of course, but just if the graph is in front of you, with the help of graph you will say that whether the object is moving in uniform motion or non-uniform. We'll see that with the help of graph. With the help of the graphs we'll also see the speed of the object, that how fast the object is moving. Yes, with the help of the graph we can measure the speeds of the two objects which are in motion. So graphs are very important. and there are different types of questions which are asked on the graph. This topic, as I said, that is graphical representation of motion. In fact, the last important topic of this chapter, that is equations of motion, that also we will derive with the help of graph. So graphs are important topics, we can say here. Fine. So we have two types of graphs in class 9th. What are these type of graph? So first type of graph is the position time graph, distance time graph, or displacement time graph. This is the first type of graph, we'll see. And the second type of graph is the speed time graph or velocity time graph. Okay, don't get confused. Once again, the first type of graph we are going to see is distance time graph, or say position time graph, or say displacement time graph. Okay, and the second type of graph is the speed time graph or the velocity time graph. Fine. So these are the two different types of graphs which we are going to study. Now, as I said, position time, distance time, displacement time. Now, what is how they look? So, as we know, with the help of two axes, we used to draw the graphs. That is the horizontal axis. That horizontal axis is called x-axis, if you remember, and the vertical axis. That vertical axis is called y-axis. Fine. Now, with the help of these two axes, that is x-axis and y-axis, we have a proper graphical representation. Okay. Now, in this two axes, we represent these two physical quantities. That is the position of the object, or the distance traveled, or the displacement of the object on the y-axis, and time on the x-axis. In all the three, whatever I said, time is represented on x-axis. In the second type of graph, that is speed time and velocity time graph, in that also speed and velocity are represented by the y-axis and time is represented by the x-axis. In physics, motion, that is mechanics branch, we also called the the x-axis as the time axis, because in most of the cases, in most of the graphs, we represent time on the x-axis. Okay, now how these graphs are important, like previously I said that with the help of graphs we can represent different types of motions. Okay, so let's see one by one how many graphs are there in class 9 and how we can derive the equations of motion with the help of graphs. Okay, now first type of graph, as I said, is the position time graph or distance time graph or displacement time graph. In that, first I'm using the position time graph. Now you can see here that in this position time graph, that y-axis is representing the position of the object and the x-axis is representing the time. Okay, at what time the object is at which position. Okay, now here as we see, there is a line which is parallel to time axis, or we can say which is parallel to x-axis. Now what we conclude from this? We are concluding that object is not changing its position. Time is changing. You can see time is changing, but the position of the object does not changes. With the help of time, with the passing of time, the position of the object remains the same, as you can see in the graph. Okay, that y-axis, it is not moving. The particle, or we can say the object which is in to whom which we have to study, fine, that is not changing its position. The position is fixed, but time is changing. Okay, so what we called, or what we conclude from this graph, we conclude from this graph that object is at rest because it is not changing its position. Object is not changing its position, and therefore we'll say that the object is at rest. Time to pass ho raha hai, time is changing, but the position of the object is not changing. So whenever we have a position time graph or a distance time graph or a displacement time graph, if the graph is parallel to time axis, we will say that object is at rest. Object is not moving. I hope you got it. Okay. So that is the first type of graph which we have, which is asked in the exam. That is position time graph for object at rest. Okay. Now the next type of graph is again a position time graph, but this graph is for object in uniform motion. Now you can see that here the graph is inclined with the x-axis. It is a straight line which is inclined with the time axis, or say x-axis. Okay, such type of graph represent the object moving in uniform motion because it covers the equal distance in equal interval of time. Now as you see in the graph, that object is covering the equal distance in equal interval of time, as we had studied the definition of object moving in uniform motion, that if an object covers equal distances in equal interval of time, like 2 meter in 2 seconds, next 2 meters in another 2 seconds, okay, that will gives us the graph which is in front of your screen, in front of you. That is, you can see that the straight line is there which is inclined with the x-axis or time axis. Such type of graphs in motion represent the uniform motion of an object. Fine. So first graph we saw, that is the object at rest. In that one, how it looks? The graph is parallel to time axis, that is parallel to x-axis. But the next type of graph is the straight line. That straight line is inclined with x-axis. Okay, so such type of graphs gives us the uniform motion. Okay, next type of graph, again now you see, such type of graphs represent the object in non-uniform motion. Can you get the difference? In the first graph, which is for uniform motion, we had a straight line inclined with x-axis. But in this graph, what you are seeing? In this graph, we have a curve. Okay? So whenever we have a curve, it represents the non-uniform motion. Okay? That means object is not covering equal distances in interval of time. So such type of graphs, they represent the non-uniform motion. It is not like that the curve is like this only. Okay, if there is a curve, then it will represent a non-uniform motion. Is it okay? Distance time graph or position time graph or displacement time graph. In all the three graphs, if we have a curve, that will represent non-uniform motion. And if we have a straight line inclined to time axis, such graphs represent object in uniform motion. Okay, so this is the first type of graph which we have, that is when the object is at rest, the graphs look like this, and when the object is in motion, the graphs looks like this. Okay, one represent the uniform motion and the another represents the non-uniform motion. I hope you got the topic. In the next lecture, we are going to study about the next type of graphs, that is speed time graph and velocity time graph. Okay.